Man, you never know who's gonna pull up on Headkrack after hours, man. And we got one of the biggest movers and shakers in the hip hop game right now. We got my man Lambo B, aka Brandon Medford, in the building, man, from PTG 365. And man, like I gotta say, you're looking great, and you're out there killing it right now, bro.
Yes, man, we're doing what we got to do. But I always put this first. Always thank God first. Thank God for allowing me to be able to be healthy, able for me to see, touch, feel, breathe, and give me this opportunity and the ambition to do what I got to do. So I always thank God first for that.
Got you. So I kind of got the drop on most of the people that are watching this video because, you know, I did the research. I looked up, you know, everything that you guys had your hands in. And like the crazy thing, I've been seeing y'all for a long time and didn't even really connect the dots. So for people who don't know about PTG 365 and what you and your crew do in the automobile space, how would you explain it?
Well, basically, we're the Uber for cars, for any car sales. So any car you need, whether it's new, pre-owned, lease, finance, cash, we'll get you that car delivered to any destination you want, whether it's your house. We then deliver to restaurants for birthday celebrations, deliver to nightclubs, deliver to your business, to your office, to your church, weddings we done did. So basically we deliver to anybody, anywhere, any car, and we help you get the best deal. We give you the best service as value.
And here's the dope thing, Brandon, like, you know, watching you guys' videos and even just checking out your, you know, your timeline on social media and whatnot, you guys make people's dreams come true. You know, like you think about being a kid and you see like the little Hot Wheels car, be like, yo, I want the car like that. But y'all really blowing it up in real life and making it happen. How did this come from an idea into, you know, fruition?
Well, you know what it was? I've been in the car business since 2010. So about to be 11 years now. I worked in from literally BDC, which is just making phone calls to clients, to selling cars, to being a sales manager, to a finance manager, to a finance director. And then I actually got let go because I was making too much money at a young age. So
it happens.
I've been through an experience, and watching people come to the dealership, they'll sit down for 9 hours, 8 hours, 7 hours. You hear one price and you hear another, this, that. We wanted to make an experience where you don't have to go through that. No BS, no headaches. And instead of coming in, we'll come to you. And not only do we come to you, we come to you with a bang, with a surprise. Because an average consumer gets a car every 27 months. So you're getting that experience every 2.5 years. You should make it something that you can remember forever. You'll tell your friends about. That's why when we come to you, we come with a big red bow, our personal photographer, our personal delivery coordinator that teaches you around the car A through Z, and confetti. You know, so it's like when you get in your car, it's like, wow, this is a moment. You know,
you know, very rarely do you get to see that in the regular car space. I think the nicest car getting situation I remember when I bought my first new car, and it was a Saturn. And they took a picture of me in front of the Saturn. They gave me a calendar with the picture on it. Like, it was the nicest thing someone's ever done for me in the car space. But the way you guys impress people who are used to getting everything, like the excitement that you see on a Sway Lee's face, you know what I'm saying, when you come through with the vehicle he want, or, you know, the way, you know, mulatto, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, it's just giving it up, and just the excitement, you know, I know it has to fill your heart with joy, bro.
It really touches you, and it goes, I love the celebs, but then I bring this back to our average working class people who works that 9 to 5, that single mother that we deliver her car to, that been dreaming just to have this nice Honda Accord, been busting her ass, excuse my language, and they're actually getting that car. Something that they didn't believe in. That's why they had that moment. It touches you. We had people that come to us that cried, you know, shed a tear. The other day, I don't know if you've seen it, but we delivered a Maybach truck to 50 Cent on Christmas. 50 Cent said, he said he bought hundreds of cars in the past 20 years and never had a delivery experience like this. We put it in a big gift box. When he pulled the ribbon, it came down, balloons was in the air, confetti, the car was bouncing. It's just that experience. So when you touching people's lives who've been doing this but never had the experience, it really means something to you. You know, it means something special. And to know that we have such a big of an impact in the game and to other entrepreneurs and other sales professionals out there in the automotive industry, it feels amazing. We're the pioneers of this.
Yo, I mean, to watch you create these experiences, but also the fact that you guys put something together from the ground up and turned it into a multi-million-dollar business. And you have, you know, a lot of people who have all the ideas, but none of the ambition or none of the business acumen to make it happen. So from going from the situation you was in where you was let go for making too much money to making the money you're making now, how did you guys put together PTG and get it to be a thing?
It was tell you the truth, it was difficult. Me and my partner, Dave Obaseki, my other partner, Eric Whitehead, we actually, when we quit when I got let go, they quit their jobs. We was in the back of a Honda Accord, 2017 Honda Accord. I never forget this. I literally sold the last couple cars I had, like my personal cars, and I moved from LA back to my father's basement to humble myself down to start from real deep. Nobody believed in us. The dealerships didn't want to work with us because obviously we was black. They couldn't trust us. Wasn't bonded, had no insurance, had no license. The factories didn't want to give us an opportunity because we were so young. We was 24, 25, 26 at the time. So we was all so young. Nobody believed in us. We really had to start in our inner community where we're from, the people we trusted. And it really started from the back of a Honda Accord all the way up to where we're at now, to now having stores in three big cities in Atlanta, New York, and Miami, to now having the #1 show on Snapchat, about to drop season 2 in April, to now deals across America, to growing $1 million foundation. It shows you, like, really, if you have a vision, you believe in your dream, fuck everybody else. Do what you got to do. I'm just saying it straight up. Do what you gotta do. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You're going to go broke. You're going to fail. But do what you have to do, because you're going to succeed and you're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing you could do is fail so you can figure out the strategy to get it right. You know what I mean? Yeah. No one gets it right the first time always. I mean, it happens, but, you know, there's a lot of trial and error that goes there. And you spoke to something, you know, about how a lot of dealerships wouldn't give you guys a chance initially because the fact that you guys weren't bonded. And then sometimes, you know, like people just will try to hate on you because of the color of your skin. You know, what are some, you know, I guess pushback maybe that you and the crew have gotten, you know, being Black and excellent in, you know, trying to get the business started? Because I know people are watching y'all and they trying to figure out, you know, how they can muscle in on a situation, because there's always a carbon copy somewhere.
Correct, 100%. And I'm glad you stated that. I'll touch something based on that later, but you're gonna hit your nose, you know, and I'm gonna tell you this in many books I read, from when you're born to you're 17, you hear about 150,000 no's. No, you can't. No, I can't do this. Think about when you was young, your parents said, no, don't do that. No, you can't do that. No, you can't do that. So your no is already embedded in your brain as a child. So no, you're accustomed to no. You only hear about 5,000 yeses from a newborn to 17. So there's literally 50,000. There's 30,000 no's to every yes. So you're gonna hear no's all the time. But when you hear that one yes, you got to take that no as a new opportunity to keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And when you do, you'll get that chance and you'll take it to a level where you never even imagined that you'll take it to. And you know, so like we had people tell us, what do you mean you got to take a $50,000 car from my store, deliver it without the paperwork signed? Are you nuts? How you know we're not going to steal a car? Like, you have to overcome objections like that. Right. So because of what we done, it actually made it a lot easier for brokers and brokerages around the country to do this, because people see PTG 365. You know, now we're stamped all over the world. We're in Forbes back to back. Thank God we're in multiple big publications. We have our own shows, so we don't even, manufacturers call in like now. So it's crazy how times have changed, but you're going to hear it. You're definitely going to hear it. And because there's a carbon copy out there, there's going to be groups that's going to be coming up after us. It's going to be better than us because we're paving the way, so you don't have to go through the BS that we went through. We actually have a course that's coming out in April that we're teaching people. It's called the PTG 365 Academy. We're giving back all game, car sales in general, brand development and marketing, how to build yourself, build your company, and go out there and do everything that you're supposed to do the right way. So we're actually building that for people. Comes out in April. So dropping on
that's phenomenal. Now, Brandon, how are you adjusting to, you know, being a guy who was kind of in the back office at one point in time? Now your face is starting to pop up in more places, you know what I'm saying? Snapchat shows doing what it's doing. You know, you kind of know now, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you can't fly as low as you used to. How you adjusted to that level of fame?
I mean, you take the good with the bad, because you take the good with, oh, hey, yeah, I know you do this and that. But you take the bad too, because if something goes wrong with the company, they're not looking for a Joe Schmo. They're not looking for a Bill. They're looking for Brandon Medford. Looking for them to give me, even though you had nothing to do with it, but you the face. So it falls on you. So you gotta take the good with the bad, and you gotta take care of every client, every situation, every fight that happens. You gotta take care of it before it blows up. You gotta take care of somebody owes money, because things happen. It's business, and it's hard to make every single client happy because everybody's different, everybody's difficult. But you gotta try your best to, as customer service, to take care of every single issue. And that's what we're on top of. That's why we're on top of the game, because we take care of it no matter what it is. We just try to take care of it because we see the bigger picture. And when you're in business, you must be able to see the bigger picture. Don't look for the week, don't look for the month, but look for the whole decade. Look for the next 20 years. Look to change the world. PTG changed the game. Now it's time to change the world. That's
a hell of a start. It's a hell of
yeah,
a start. Now I know you got the academy, but if you could give us a 1, 2, 3 for people who are trying to get rolling, and not necessarily in the car business, or any business, all right, you have an idea. What's step number 1 from turning that idea into the next thing, 2 and 3 after that?
Okay, first, when you have an idea, it's gonna pop in your head. That's the first thing gonna pop in your head. Second thing is to write it down. Get yourself a vision board, write it down. Study the business that you're about to get into. You must study that, the ins and outs. Look at someone or company who's doing it, right? Check out what they're doing and see what they're not doing. See what they're not doing, because always something that somebody's not doing. You take what they're doing, and then if they don't have it patent or the case and be, and you take what they're not doing and you implement that into your game, into your system, and then blow that up. Take what they're not doing and blow that up. Make that your niche. You have to come in here with a niche. What made us different from dealerships, is you have no wait process. There's no waiting around all day. Guarantee you 24-hour delivery as long as the car is in stock, and you get a value, and you're welcome into a family that dealerships are not. Like, we do Christmas parties every year. We just didn't do them for COVID, but we'll invite our clients out. We sold cars for the whole year. Free event. Do this, do that. We do so many give backs. So you're not just buying a car from us. You're coming into a family. So you're really buying into a family for whatever, to eternity. So just find something what that company's not doing and grow on that.
That's dope, man. So, you've acquired the name Lambo B, based off of the episodes of Driven I've seen. That's all you push. So before you was Lambo B, who were you? Were you ever Kia B or Dodge B?
Before that, I was king of finance. I was a finance director. I was in the finance game since I was 21. I was the youngest finance manager in New York State, and the youngest African American finance manager in the automotive industry in the US at 21. So I was the king of finance. I was a finance director at 23. So I was overseeing banks, overseeing customer approvals. So there was the guy, if you came in to the dealership and you couldn't get approved, the finance manager would give it to me to get it done.
Got you.
So I would get it done.
What was your technique that made you so special and stand out from the other people?
Man, my pizzazz, my energy, my swag. Tell you the truth, I was coming in different.
And New York hustle too. New York hustle get you far, man. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? I come in different. I come in, every person that I look at, I don't see as a client. That's why I see as a relationship, because we all do something different. So I can establish a relationship with you. I just tap into your network. And at the end of the day, your network is your net worth. So that's how I look at things. I don't care if you're a garbage man. I don't care if you're sweeping lots. I don't care if you're a bum on the street. You know something that I don't know. So I can get you into my network. You just help me grow to the next level. So I treat everybody with open. I don't look at you. Your credit score could be a 400. Credit could be an 850. I don't look at you no different. I'm not going to treat you no different, because I know where I came from. I know where I'm at now. So I was from here and now I'm here. So, and I'm still trying to get to the next level. So I look at every single person as growing a relationship with them, instead of looking at you just as a client.
And like you mentioned something about credit, and there's a lot of people, especially in our community, that don't have a certain level of credit literacy. There's things that are dinging their credit up that they don't even realize. What are some things that kind of maybe fly under the radar for a lot of people that is dragging your credit score down that you might not be aware of?
Well, people sometimes, like when they don't want to pay their AT&T bill, their Verizon bill, T-Mobile, and all that, small utilities, they think that will never hit the credit report. Those things hit, those things hit your credit report. We have a program that show you how to take off your inquiries within 24 hours. So you may have been shopping for car shopping, which has a small little default in your credit, or you as a person, as you can remove it yourself. You don't have to hire nobody. You can actually do it yourself from home, 24 hours, easy steps. Uh, Another thing is when you're shopping for anything, do soft inquiry pulls. There's no need to do hard inquiry. There's so many different programs now where it's a soft pull and it will be identical as a hard pull. So there's a lot of things that people don't know, but it's up to the ones that know about it to share it with our community. That's what we do. We share it, because teachers own, because the better you, the better us, the better how the whole world is. A lot of people are scared because they're scared to teach somebody because it might be better than them. But you're not, you're supposed to teach. Each one teach one.
Indeed. Now, based off of everything I've seen and just the way the trajectory of everything, how it's moving, you guys are building a foundation of generational wealth, which, a lot of people, we live for now, spend it all while we got it. What is the best way to plant those seeds for the future to make sure that, hey, you work to a point to where you don't want to work anymore and you could chill? Like, is it the investments, or is it, having a stockpile of cars that you have on the side that you acquire that you sell and flip later? Like, what do you feel like is like one of the best routes, at least that's worked for you so far as you're building?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, and I tell you the truth, when I was younger, I made a lot of money, but I blew a lot of money. And I understand too, it's not about what you make, it's about what you save it.
Mhm.
And I learned that, I learned it the hard way, but I'm glad I learned that at such a young age. So when I asked God, the next time you help me out, put me in a predicament, I'll make sure I'm gonna do it the right way. So no, but it's really about planting the right seeds and the right people around you. Planting the right people around you, because the best investment is your self-investment. So if you don't hang around the right neighborhood, hang around the right lounges and the right environments, hang around with the right people, you're only hurting yourself. So I always say surround your environment with great people and surround yourself with a team of like-minded people or people that's above you, because that's how you're gonna able to grow to the next level. Like you could talk about stocks, this, and that, but if you don't have that right people around you, or you're not in that right environment, you're not even gonna get to that point. I know people, and I'm sure you know people, a lot of people know people with money and they still haven't gone to the next level. You're like, damn, if I had this money, I would have been here by now. I'd have been here right now, because you know about it. You just don't have the funds. Put yourself around people that's like-minded like you and in right situations, and you're always going to flourish.
And it seems like you're doing this with your friends, right? So
Yeah.
that's kind of cool too. How long have y'all known each other? This is like grade school or
I
high
knew,
school, college?
well, me and Eric knew each other from middle school. I was in seventh grade. He was in sixth grade. So you're talking about 03, 04. Probably the years LeBron came in, so
Okay.
literally years LeBron came in, like around that time. So I knew Eric for a long time, like 17 years now. And then actually Dave, I met a week prior of starting PTG.
Really?
Yeah, he
And
knew
he,
Eric.
he just fit in?
Yes, it's just the energy, like the way the energy was, it just synced. And sometimes it happens like that. You might do business with people that you don't know, but you don't know what track they've been on that led them at that situation. They've been on the same track as you, but y'all just met at this point in life and you had to take it from there. So I always tell people, just because you meet somebody, you can't trust everybody 100%, but don't be scared to take that risk either. Especially if you feel that, if you're on the same frequency. I'm big on that as well.
Dope. A lot of times, people, only thing that's lacking sometimes is that battery in their back and that motivational word to kind of get them going. And shout out to you. I see that you have a project out called Elevate, which is, motivational speeches set to a beat, a little fire, a little intensity going in there. And people need that, what inspired you to get it going?
What, the album or
Yeah, the album.
the album? Well, I'm big on motivation. Like that's something that's speaking to something to me. That's like my real. That's what I'm gonna do as soon as we open back up. But that's what I'm set for. But it's just that I knew at a time like this, especially I made that album in March, where people were at home and going crazy. Because first of all, I mean, you're at home with your spouse, and you guys are never home like this all day, every day, especially if you got working jobs and you get into arguments. People are not partying no more. People are not being around social around people anymore. So I know a lot of people are losing their mind and really not who they thought they were anymore. So I made that album to touch people, to let you know that at a time like this, just tap into yourself, believe into yourself. This is not a point of a downtime. This is a point of a time to invest back into you,
Yes.
be the better you. So that's what it really got me into. And I was out at the studio. People was like, "You crazy? You outside?" Remember, I was in New York. You outside? New York is looking like the apocalypse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You outside? You nuts? This and that. I said, "Nah," because what I'm doing is gonna affect people across the world. It's bigger than me. No matter what happens to me, I don't care. I just let out something on a platform that's gonna touch somebody's life somewhere. You know, so and that's what really meant a lot, and that's what really pushed me to do that album.
Yo, and sometimes, you know, like people may not necessarily hear what you do when you do it, but they hear it right when they need it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I ran into somebody the other day. There was something I put out a long time ago and they just stumbled across it, you know, like months after, like I put it out. I was like, yo, I needed to hear that right then and there.
Really?
So it's just like, you know what? All right, cool. If it helped you, great. And I'm sure that's helping people, man. I can't wait till like everything opens back up again to where, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we can like bring you out to like maybe even do stuff and speak to the people. Cause like, yo, all people need sometimes is a good word and just, you know, people that look like us that, you know,
like just one of us from where you from. We from the same, you know what I'm saying? We came through the same struggles, like two working class parents, got divorced. Trust me, I've been there, started working in Wendy's, super in the parking lot. Like it's I got the same, I started all the way from the bottom. No handouts, no nothing.
And look at you now, man. That's dope stuff. So with New York, you know, when it was kind of a ghost town, you raised them whips in the city or what?
Oh yeah, we was in the city going crazy. Yeah, we had conflicts over crazy. You know, we had the Lambos out. It was nobody out. You know.
All right. So what is the furthest you managed to get that needle to go on the dash?
171. This was in the I-95 on the I-95 in Miami.
Okay.
171. I had my ex-girlfriend in the car at that time. She was looking at me like I'm nuts. But yeah, 171.
She was your ex-girlfriend at the time?
Oh, no, I'm bugging.
I get it. You know, going for a ride, you know, I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, 171.
Were you nervous at all?
No.
Wow.
I was nervous. I wanted to test it, you know, Lamborghini B. I got that name because I was actually the first person in New York City to have a registered Lamborghini, the youngest to have a registered Lamborghini in his name. I got my first Lamborghini when I was 25.
Okay, so that's crazy.
Let me tell you something. Listen, in New York City, the 5 boroughs where you see a Lamborghini, there's no people you know, if somebody has a Lamborghini Ferrari, you know who it is. You don't see that. We're not in Miami. We're not in Atlanta. We're not in LA where you see we're in the 5 boroughs.
Because now that I think back historically, anytime you would see like any prominent rapper from New York, it would never be a Lambo. It would always be like an insane Benz or, you know, something else. You know,
and 5 boroughs, not Long Island, not upstate, not Jersey. Because a lot of people, when they from New York, they get money, live in Jersey, live in Long Island.
Right.
I'm talking about 5 boroughs, staying in the city, you know?
Do you get a special license plate cover for that? I mean, like, what's the perks of being that dude?
I mean, they actually gave me a little plaque, Lamborghini.
So, say word.
Yeah, it was dope, yeah.
Your insurance was probably ridiculous though, right?
Yeah, it was. It went down now. I got the truck now, so it went down now. You know.
How fast does the Lamborghini truck go?
Lamborghini truck, it moves. It definitely moves. I have a chip. I tuned it, so I got like 700 horsepower. It definitely moves. But I got the truck because I had kids. When I had the coupe, I had no kids, but I had a Lamborghini B still, so I had the truck now with the kids in the back.
How old are the kids?
3, 2, and 3 months.
You're the bravest person on the planet. So you're letting those kids in a Lamborghini truck. You know, because kids is filthy, all right? Kids is filthy. Like,
you know, I gotta let them, they have to have that experience that I didn't have when I was younger. You know? I gotta give them that because I was born going on trains, you know, MTA, taking the buses to the trains, Volvos and stuff like that, and always looking at these cars and just telling myself I want to have one of those one day. So now being able to have my kids born in it and just to show them what's real. They're still gonna have to work their ass off. Ain't nothing gonna be handed to them. But just to show them like, yeah, it's here. If daddy do this, you gotta beat me. Now you gotta beat me. You know, I set the bar here, you gotta take it to the next level now.
Is there like a strong no juice box, no animal cracker rule for the Lambo truck? Or
I mean, they got the sippy cups for my daughter. She holds that down. It's tight though. Lid is tight. Only water.
I get it.
Only water. Yes, only water. No snacks. I'm sorry, they gotta wait till we get to the destination.
Kids be wilding. Now, you know, a couple things before we roll. A lot of people want these nice fancy whips, but they don't understand the things that come with that. You know, we talked about the insurance. The insurance for that Lambo gonna be a lot different than that insurance for like that Nissan Maxima. Them oil changes is hitting a little different too. And
they cost it, but the difference is that you only need a year. Then frequently every 3 months and every 4 months. You just need it once a year and you're good. Remember, because those cars are not supposed to be driven every day.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to drive, buy a Lamborghini and drive it every single, even though you can be hyped when you first get it. But I'm gonna tell you another thing about that. When you first get it, you showing everybody, but honestly, after like 4 months, you don't even, it's whatever now. I'm not even.
Where did you go first in your Lamborghini when you first got it?
When I first got my Lamborghini, I didn't go inside. I was everywhere. Neighborhood. I'm not even like, I went first I went to Blend on the Water. It's a restaurant that I always go to. I went to Blend on the Water. Then I went to my mother's house because she told me not to get it. So I had two people to actually, when I was getting my Lambo, I asked two people, my mom and then somebody who had one. My mom said, what are you doing? You're 25. You didn't get your first home property yet. This, that. You're nuts. This, that. Everything in the book. And she's a Caribbean mother. Just everything in the book. The person who had a Lamborghini told me this. I'll never forget this. Shout out to my guy, too, Bob Car King. He said, get this Lamborghini. After you get this Lamborghini, it's going to change your world. The places you pull up to, the people that look at you, and the people who you shake your hands to, it's going to change everything. I got the Lamborghini, changed everything. So I tell people, when you get these big cars, get it. I'm telling you, I'm living in it now. I'm understanding it. Get it. It's going to change everything.
Really?
Everything. It's going to change every single thing around you, 100%.
You know, yeah, I'm gonna start with like maybe a weekend rental, then we'll go from there. See how it goes. You know, it's funny. Like, so one time I interviewed Jacquees and he was talking about a Lamborghini he just got. Maybe he got it from you. I'm not sure. Okay, so Jacquees told me he drove the Lamborghini to Publix, the grocery store out here.
Yeah,
he's like, y'all, he did that once because he realized there was like no kind of trunk space. You know, it's not for grocery shopping. It's only just for like stunting, being out, and like you said, it's not your everyday running errands car.
No, not at all. Not at all. Pull up, look good, get out, keep it moving.
Shout out to the people who like maybe got like a leased one like right before COVID hit and have done nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
What a waste of a year. Well, yo, man, Brandon, I appreciate your time and energy, man. And yo, continue to shine. You guys are looking great out there. Driven season 2. When is that dropping?
That drops in April.
Since we last seen you,
I'm gonna invite you to a premiere party. It's gonna be in Atlanta. We're doing 2 premiere parties. One in Atlanta, one in Miami, because New York is still closed. So we're doing 2 premiere parties. It's gonna be the last week of March, but it's gonna drop the first week of April on Snapchat. It's the #1 show. Still, season 1 still #1. So this one's even bigger, better. Jets, cars, crazy names. That comes out first week of April. Our courses come out first week of April, and we also just launched tech company called Dealer Innovations, which is a digital retailing platform that you can buy a car A to Z online without ever speaking to anybody in the world. And it takes you 20 minutes to buy a car online.
That is dope. Dealer Innovations?
Yeah, that's the name of the company. The software is called Dash.
Dash. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Yo, you got it all figured out. Yo, Brandon, Lambo B, Brandon Medford, whatever you want to call it, man. Yo, appreciate you. Your screen froze. It's almost like the end of a TV show in the 80s when like they would jump in the air and freeze and they would throw the credits up. Oh, okay, now you back.
Okay,
yo, yeah, like,
I'll pause.
You froze at the perfect spot. It was almost like, you know. But
yeah, Dash called Dash. So it's a huge platform. It's on our show. It's going to be across the world literally at the end of this month. Every single dealership's going to be signed up. So check it out.
Indeed. Well, yo, continue to innovate and be great, man. Yo, you're doing legendary things, man. Brandon Medford, if people want to follow you, if they're not already, where do they go?
All right, yeah. Instagram is Brandon Medford _, or you can follow the company PTG 365, Instagram and Snapchat. We all over. Let's rock.
Indeed. Keep shining, King. Much love to your network.
All day,
and yo, continue to build, man. Much love, man.
Appreciate you.